Jess Cannell, and I am a mom of 9, and we are a family that loves to do backpacking together. My husband has been working a very demanding schedule for a training program that he is in. So normally we love backpacking as a family, but during this season, I am having to think about trips that I can take with our sons, and that has changed the way that we're going to do backpacking, because when my husband is with us, we can carry more weight, and also we have more workload capacity while on the trail. So for this trip, what I decided to do is we are going to try a different way of doing our meals, and I'm going to share that with you today. So I have laid out the meals that we are going to take on our trip, and I'm going to share them with you. Probably the biggest change that we are going to do with this trip is the way we do breakfast. This is our breakfast plan. The normal way that we have done breakfast is all of us to wake up, me and the kids to start packing up the tent. My husband gets up and gets water boiling. Once the first batch is boiled, he makes us coffee. We've used like Starbucks Via or like the Via latte packets. We have also tried the Folgers, like singles. After the coffee, he will make whatever meal, usually some sort of dry cereal, malto meal. Occasionally we'll just do like granola and bacon, but usually something hot. So a while ago, when I was watching the Strawbridge's Trip of the Pacific Crest Trail, they are a family that has hiked all 3 long trails in America. I saw them reference this breakfast smoothie that they use every day, day in, day out. They said their kids love it. And so that's what we're gonna try for this trip. So the smoothie is made up of Carnation Instant Breakfast. It has tons of vitamins and minerals. It also has 13 grams of protein per serving. We will add dry whole milk. It's important that it be whole milk because of the calories. 150 extra calories, 8 grams of protein. And then we are going to add either the peanut butter powder with cocoa, which has more calories and more protein, or just the powdered peanut butter. And the way I am going to be doing my coffee is I decided to try this Starbucks Instant Blonde Roast and just add it to my breakfast shake so that it becomes like more like an espresso type shake. We'll see how that goes. I will report back. But that is my plan. And in addition, we're going to have pre-cooked bacon strips, and everybody is going to get, 1 or 2 strips depending on their age every morning. So it won't be like a huge caloric intake, but I think it'll be a good mental intake because we've never done breakfast just in liquid form. So I think at least having something in your hand that's tasty and salty and meaty will be a good addition to this. So that's my breakfast plan for every morning, which again is new, but this way we don't have to fiddle with the stove at all in the morning, and we can just get on our way, immediately have some protein. We can spend our morning hours just packing up, mix this up, and get going. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. The next idea that we are going to try, I also got from the Strawbridges in the middle of the day. Normally what we have done is make an easy lunch. Maybe wheat thins with salami, and then we always add on like a little candy packet at the end, so you feel like a sweet treat in the middle of the day. And then we cook our main meal at dinner, normally. What we're going to do this time is we love to find a good place to hang out in the middle of the day. We've always loved to do that. We just had it with our easy lunch. This time what we're gonna do is go ahead and have our main meal in the middle of the day. So we're going to cook once in the middle of the day, have our hot meal at lunch. So let me show you what those are going to be. This is one dinner. I have the Knorr herb and butter rice sides. These are just a simple rice packet that has herbs and butter in it. And I'm going to add in bacon pieces and salmon. I don't know the quantities yet. As we get close to the trip, I might pare this down to just 3 because it's going to be myself and 6 sons. And our 6 sons at the time of this trip are going to be 14, 12, 9, 7, 5, and 4. And so, you know, I just have to think through how much we're going to eat. But the other challenge of that is your hiking hunger is way bigger than a normal meal. So what I tend to like to do, the average that I used for our family when we did a long trail, which I'll link to that, it's the Wonderland Trail hike that we did in 2016. The basic average that I used was 1.5 servings per person per meal. So when we hiked that trail, we were 9 people. So I shot for about 13 to 14 servings. For this trip, since there's going to be 7 of us, that means I'm shooting for 10 to 11 servings. So I just go to the back of the package, I look, this one's 2.5, so actually these 4 packets might be exactly right. For us, for all 7 of us. Then I just love meat. I am a meat lover, and so I want there to be a hearty amount of meat in a meal. So I loaded up on these bacon. We've got plenty of salmon, and I may pare these down. I haven't decided. With the bacon, we probably won't need as much salmon, but this is one meal. It's just a salmon, bacon, buttery rice. I think it'll be really satisfying on the trail. One thing we learned in the past is like salty things are really satisfying, but also like buttery, rich, just creamy carbs is so satisfying on the trail. So that's one meal. Our second meal is going to be this meal right here. It is basically an Alfredo pasta. So we've got the Knorr Alfredo pasta. It's just a fettuccine. And I got the family size, which is 4 servings per container, so that'll be about right, 12 servings of pasta. And then I found this product that we're gonna try for the first time. It's just sun-dried tomatoes, and the caloric intake is not that much, but it also is very lightweight. And so I think it will be a good flavor addition to the pasta. Then I've got 2 cans of chicken, just plain white chicken breast, and then a smaller portion of bacon to stir in. I think that's going to make a really nice, satisfying meal. So that's one dinner. A third dinner is going to be these Idahoan baby red mashed potatoes. So again, this is 4 servings per container. So we've got 12 servings of this. Then some roast beef. And the roast beef is actually, yeah, it's going to be a pretty slim portion of beef, but that's because the cans are so heavy. But I just think beef is so satisfying that it's worth it to go ahead and do this. And then now that COVID has hit, I feel like all this like prepper and survivalist stuff is so much more accessible. So I just bought this butter powder off of Amazon. It has 204 servings. I think it was like 20 bucks maybe. Each tablespoon has 35 calories. So when I go to get ready for this meal, I am actually going to make a baggie of this that I'm going to add to every meal. So it will make it creamier. It will make it more satisfying. We will feel more satiated as we go, but especially I'm going to add an extra portion to this so that we get super buttery, super enjoyable potatoes with our roast beef. So I think that is going to be a really nice meal as well. And then our fourth meal, this company reached out to me this summer and asked if I would do a review of their meals, and they let me choose the ones that I wanted. So what I picked was this bechamel mac and cheese. It's a 2-hiker meal. This beef stroganoff is also a 2-hiker meal. And then this backcountry chili, which is a 1-hiker meal. And they also have added in, so there's like corn biscuits and tomato sauce to go with this chili. There is a Parmesan cheese and other cheese thing to go with this meal. And then the mac and cheese has also some cheesy packets. And then they also included this chocolate bar. So we are going to have a buffet night, basically, where we have these things. I might add in, you know, like a snack or a dessert of candy or something with this meal, but I think we will still be very satisfied. I'm looking forward to trying these meals. We have never done these pre-packaged meals like this. We've never used them because it's just not practical with a family our size, but since they offered to send it, I am excited to try, like, we love mac and cheese on the trail, and so it's going to be fun to see how these meals and like having a little bit of variety for one dinner changes that dinner experience. So I'm looking forward to trying these, and I will report back on how these taste. So we will have a nice leisurely lunch at each place along the trail that we stop. This hike that we're doing is Eagle Rock Loop Trail in Arkansas. It looks like there are lots of riverside places to stop. I have learned hiking with, we have a very boy-heavy family. 8 of our 9 children are boys. I have just learned that anything with rocks or a stream, things that the boys can do, like you'd think you stop from hiking and everybody's just exhausted, but actually when you drop that pack, even for me as an adult, I look around and I want to explore wherever we are. I want to stick my feet in the creek. I want to walk up and see something from the ridge without my pack on. So that's what we'll do. Every day we will stop at lunchtime, enjoy one of these things that would normally be a dinner. They will actually be our lunch meals. So what's my dinner plan? Well, our dinner plan is this. We are going to use tortillas and then do a simple beef filling for our tortillas. Every dinner we are going to have the same basic elements of tortillas, beef, and some sort of sauce. So let me show you which kind of beefs we are using. We are going to be using these Rip and Ready packets of beef taco filling. And so we will have a tortilla, beef taco filling. We will fill up a tortilla with our taco meat. And then on the other day, we will use this beef brisket meat, and I am going to have barbecue sauce with this. So we will have beef tacos for one dinner, beef brisket with barbecue sauce for the next, and back and forth for the 4 nights. But this makes it a very simple dinner plan, and it's also something where while we are setting up our tents, getting camp set up, you know, I don't even know what the weather will be like, but in case it's raining, this is something that we can just set up our tents. We can carry our tortilla with us. I think it's just going to be a really freeing thing to actually have this be our dinner. Normally, one person is entirely taken out of commission and just focused on cooking while everyone else is setting up camp. So I think this might let us have a little more freedom at dinner time. We'll see. I'll see how this goes and I'll report back about that as well. But that is what we are doing for this trip. And if we find out on the first day that we just hate having a hot lunch and we'd rather switch it around, of course we can do that. We could make this our lunch meal and make the more hearty meals for dinner. But right now our plan is to do a nice leisurely lunch where we can just kind of relax, take our packs off, get our second wind, and then use this easy plan for dinner. Hiking with kids, one of the things that we've learned is that snacks are crazy important. I had a local friend when we used to live in Washington who kind of ribbed on me for having as many snacks as we do, but we hike with little kids, and there is something different happening in their little bodies than is happening in my body. I have extra fat. I have extra reserves. I also have perspective that I want to get up the hill. I desire to do this trip, but they don't always have the extra reserves that we have, and they also don't have the extra motivation. This is my snack plan, and I don't know if this looks like a little or a lot to you, but we'll just start up here. We just get 1 packet of peanut butter and 1 of these packs of honey. I rip this one open on a corner, and then this just peels off, and I put both right together. I just pull them up to my mouth and squeeze it into my mouth, and it is so satisfying. It's very simple and sweet, and so we love this snack. Every day when I'm hiking, I want a Snickers bar. If you look ounce for calories, you basically can't beat the Snickers bar. It's also super satisfying. I have made it so that we just have a 6-pack every day. So me and 5 of the boys will get a whole bar, and then our 2 little boys will share a bar. So I've gotten 1 for every day on the trail. We have Honey Stinger waffles. Honey Stinger is a brand that they have a Honey Stinger gel that we have used for emergencies, like when one of our kids, or even when I was pregnant when my blood sugar was tanking. But this is not a huge caloric intake, but it is a tasty waffle snack that will be easy to hold and eat. They're also lightweight, so this is a good snack that we'll have probably one morning. I have this is an electrolyte drink that I'll probably add in one day. And then I have some True Lemon just for me, because drinking plain water can get a little boring. So I may throw in like one of these every day just as a treat, and a few for my kids in case they want one. But I just bought those to try on this trip. I haven't ever used them. We have fruit roll-ups. These are really satisfying. You know, they're not a huge calorie boost. I mean, they're just 50 calories. But they are a very satisfying little treat on the trail. With little kids, I've just found like they can unwrap it, they eat it for a while, they tear off pieces, and there is something mentally satisfying about those 50 calories. So they are not a huge caloric intake, but it is a huge emotional boost to just have something that's very sweet and kind of gets you another hour down the trail. This is something that I am trying for this trip. It's called Nutso, and this is the Peanut Pro Smooth. It has 6 nuts and seed butter with peanuts. So it has peanuts, cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, and Celtic sea salt. This has 10 servings, which is 2 tablespoons. So everyone has their own spork, and I will just have them pull that out for this snack. We will each get a little 2 tablespoons and walk along with our peanut butter and see how we like this. I have 3 bars. I really like the Cliff white chocolate macadamia nut. So I got that one. I got this that's a duos, so half chocolate and half peanut butter, and there's 7 of them, so we'll each get one of those. On bars like this, when we have 6, my 2 little guys, the 4- and 5-year-old, will each have half a bar. Sweet and salty peanut granola bar. This is just like a generic grocery store version of the Nature's Valley ones. It was on sale. I got it. That's what we got. I have 2 different kinds of trail mix, and then a good big thing of beef jerky. This will probably be 2 days worth of snacks, because this has 16 servings, so we'll probably have that over 2 different days. And then I bought a big Halloween bag of this snack mix because basically Sour Patch Kids and Jolly Ranchers are our very favorite trail sweets. And so this was actually the cheapest way to get it. There's also Suckers. I don't know if we'll take those, but I just got it because I thought it would provide me with the best amount of variety for the trail, so that I can basically tag on one of those for each lunch, and then also maybe give us each like 3 a day or something like that. I don't need a ton of this kind of sugar, but for our younger kids, I would say 5 and under. I budget about 1 Jolly Rancher or maybe 1 or 2 Sour Patches for every hour. We just have a bag that we keep for the youngest child usually. On this trip, I think what I'm going to do, because they're both a little older, I might give them a daily bag. But if I see that they are kind of running through those, I might withhold it. We'll just see how that goes. But I don't necessarily want to be doling out trips for this age child, but I do want them to have enough short-term energy to access in their body, which is basically sugar or carbs. I mean, sugar is carbs, but I want them to have short-term energy that they can access for if we're doing an uphill push or if we're doing an extra set of mileage that day. I just want them to have the reserves that they need to do that. This is my meal plan. And again, I still need to add in my bacon for breakfast, but this is the basic plan. And I feel really good about it. I think this is going to be more than enough. In fact, I may pare down the snacks. It's a 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip. One note I'd like to make is that we do have 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, and 1 dinner that are not on this plan. That's because we usually do some sort of granola and yogurt in the car on the way to the trail the first morning. And then either for lunch or dinner that day, we will do a hearty sandwich with some sort of carb, like peanut butter pretzels, because we have it in our pack. It's not going to get smashed that first day. And then dinner, which we will get on the way home. So I will either have something in the van waiting for us that's easy, that we can eat on the way home, or we will just stop somewhere and get something on our drive home. So that's why those 3 meals are not there. So this is a full 4-meal plan, or if you include those, then it's a 5 full day plan, which is what it will be for us. You excited about our trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a 5-day trip, this is what we're doing. I hope it helps you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'm going to link to some of the trails that we've done. We've done a 93-mile backpacking trip as a family, but we've also done some really nice just day hike type excursions, a lot of camping. And so I will link to those in the description so that you can see more of our family adventures. I hope this helps you. Have a great day.